Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Casual Deck, and today we are opening up a Secrets of Strixhaven booster box. I am very excited. If you did see our last video, we did open up 10 booster packs, and we ended up with Lorehold the Historian, and a full art version at that too. So, anyways, let's just get straight into opening these cards. Starting off our first pack, we've got Oh my god. Hypothesis. Holy, I don't know why my brain just shut off there. Then we got Adventurous Eater, Elite Interceptor with a prepared ability, which is Rejoinder. You may tap or untap target creature. Chase Inspiration, Seize the Spoils, Fractal Mascot, Pursue the Past, Mind Roots, Tablet of Discovery, Orisa Tide Choreographer. Then our first rare is Prismari the Inspiration. We got a mythic straight off the. Holy, that's crazy. We got a mythic rare immediately. Flying Ward, pay 5 life, and instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each spell cast before it this turn. All right, and then our Mystical Archives is Royal Treatment. Target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn. Create a royal roll token attached to that creature. If you control another roll on it, I don't really know what that means, but I'll figure it out eventually. And then we got the Barag Banemaker. Oh, and we get another holo, the Spectacle Summit. And then we have a Fractal and Spirit token. Pretty good first pack. Dang, we already got a mythic. That's actually kind of insane. I wasn't expecting a mythic first pack, but you know, we're just good at pulling cards like that. All right, we got Studious First Year with a prepare spell, Rampant Growth. Search your library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Melancholic Poet, Rapier Wit, Deluge. These cards, I swear, they have these words that I just. Expressive Fire Dancer, I can say that one. We got Bog Water Lumerit, Homesickness, Garrison Excavator, Essence Knit Scholar. Our first rare is Mana Sculpt. Counter target spell. If you control a wizard, add amount of generic equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell at the beginning of your next main phase. Oh, we got another rare too. We've got Magma Blood Archaic. Has Trample and Reach. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. And then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0. All right. And then our Mystical Archives is Bitter Triumph. And then we got a foil Potioner's Trove, Field of Strife, and then we got these little pop-out token things. All right, we're starting with Wander Off, Dig Site Inventory, Hydro Channeler, Rearing Embermare, Barag Barrage, Pest Mascot, Wilt in the Heat, Quill Blade Laureate with a prepared spell of Twofold Intent. We got an Abstract Paint Mage, Sundering Archaic. And then our first rare is a Pensive Professor with Increment. Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana you spent is greater than this creature's power or toughness, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And then whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on this creature, draw a card. And then Giant Growth is our Mystical Archive. And then we got a Spirit Mascot foil, and then a foil Forum of Amity. And then we got an Inkling Spirit token. I've been putting my lands in the wrong pile. Rearing Embermare. Barrage again. Terramorphic Expanse. Cheerful Osteomancer. Oh, with a prepare spell of Raise Dead. We got the Spirit Mascot. Bogwater Lumerit. Archaic's Agony. Arcane Omen. A Stress Dream. Lumerit's Favor. And then our first rare is Moment of Reckoning. Choose up to 4. You may choose the same mode more than once. Destroy target non-land permanent. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then our Mystical Archive is Bulk Up. And then our foil is Dual Tactics. And then we've just got a basic mountain card and a Fractal Pest token. It'd be really funny if we got like another full art lore hold. We got Sneering Shade Rider, Elite Interceptor, Chase Inspiration, Rebel Rouser, Wild Hypothesis, Biblioplex Tomekeeper, Imperious Ink Mage, Eternal Student, Artistic Process, Divergent Equation, and then our first rare is Sundown Pass. And then we got Sleight of Hand as our Mystical Archive. This guy again, but foil. Then we got the Forum of Amity again, and then a Fractal Pest token. Alright, we got Zealous Lorecaster. Why does the, like... There we go. Noxious Newt. Barog Banemaker. Landscape Painter with a prepare spell of Vibrant Idea. Loose Leaf. An Elemental Mascot. Pest Brood Sloth. Practice Scrollsmith. Brush Off. It's a counter spell. Witherbloom Charm. And then our first rare is the Great Hall of the Biblioplex. You can tap it to add a generic, pay 1 life, and add 1 mana of any color, but it can only be spent on an instant sorcery. Or you can pay 5. If this land isn't a creature, it becomes a 2/4 wizard creature with whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, this creature gets +1 until end of turn. And it's still a land. Ooh, and then we get a rare Mystical Archive. Achroma's Will. Instant. Choose 1. If you control a commander, as you cast the spell, you may choose both instead. Creatures you control gain Flying, Vigilance, and Double Strike until end of turn. And creatures you control gain Lifelink, Indestructible, and Protection from each color until end of turn. Nice. And then we got Pull from the Grave as a foil. And then we've got just a Plains, and then an Inkling Spirit token. We got Cheerful Osteomancer, Ajani's Response, Essence Scatter, Unsubtle Mockery, Glorious Decay, Potioner's Trove, Imperious Ink Mage, Dissection Practice, Snarl Song, Pigment Wrangler, and then we got a rare land, Dreamroot Cascade. And then we've got Hop to It, which I believe we got in the last video. And then we got Stand Up for Yourself as foil. And then we got a full art swamp. And then a fractal pest token. We got the Hungry Graphalon, Last Gasp, Interjection, Banishing Betrayal, Ancestral Anger, Grapple with Death, Killian's Confidence, Environmental Scientist, Molten Note, Sky Coach Waypoint as a land, and then our first rare is Scheming Silvertongue. It is a vampire warlock with flying and lifelink. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you gain 2 or more life this turn, this creature becomes prepared, and then target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. And then we got Stargaze as our sorcery. Look at the twice X cards from the top of your library. Put X cards from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. You lose 2 life. I really like the art of this. This looks really cool. I like that. Colossus of the Blood Age as our foil. And then we got Titan's Grave as our land. Hopefully everybody's enjoying this opening so far. If you are, consider hitting the like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. That way you get recommended more of our videos. Anyways, we're going to start with Follow the Lumerates, Barag Banemaker. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Stone Dokant, Muse's Encouragement, Strife Scholar with a prepared spell of Awaken the Ages, Stadium Title Mage, a Pest Mascot, End of the Hunt, Harsh Annotation, Rapturous Moment. Then our first rare is Traumatic Critique. Deals X damage to any target. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. And then our Mystical Archive is Shared Roots. And then we got another rare. We got a rare foil. It is Color Storm Stallion, Ward 1 and Haste. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, create a token that's a copy of this creature. And then we got Titan's Grave and an Elemental Fractal. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on Secrets of Strixhaven so far? I personally really like this set. I think I also really like it because of the Mystical Archives cards that are in it. I just really like the art on them. Whatever style you can call it, I like it. It makes the cards look really cool. Okay, we're starting with Last Gasp, Ascendant Dust Speaker, Procrastinate, Ancestral Anger, Visionary's Dance, Potioner's Trove, Cuboid Colony, Forum Necroscribe, Colossum of the Blood Age. First rare is Mind into Matter. Draw X cards and you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Oh my gosh, we did get Lorehold. We got the normal Lorehold though. Lorehold the Historian. Crazy. Well, now we got 2. Oh my god, we got another rare. Brain Freeze. Target player mills 3 cards. Storm, you may cast a spell, copy it for each spell cast before it. Okay. And then We got Hydro Channeler foil and a plains. Oh, and then token. Token. I can't believe we actually got that. Imagine we get another full art one though. So now we've opened 2 lore holds out of this set. But I wonder if we'd be able to get another full art lore hold. I wonder if is there a foil variant of it? I don't even know. I haven't really looked too far into it. All right, we got Shattered Acolyte, Essence Scatter, Goblin Glasswright, with a prepared spell of Craft with Pride, Glorious Decay, Adventurous Eater, Rancorous Archaic, Zimone's Experiment, Borrowed Knowledge, Micah Reader of Ruins. First rare is Informed Inkwrite. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, create a 1/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Oh! Man, we got another mythic. Quandrix the Proof. Flying Trample has Cascade. Whenever you cast a spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exile card on the bottom in a random order. Instant and sorcery spells you cast from your hand have Cascade. Wow. Oh my gosh, and another rare. Veil of Summer. It's an instant. Draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. Spells you control can't be countered. Can't be countered this turn. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and black until end of turn. Then we got Olna Alley Shopkeeper. Is our foil. Oh, it's our foil. I think I just saw the video glitch for a second. And then we got Spectacle Summit and an Elemental Treasure. We are getting triple rares back to back. That's crazy. Let's see if we can do this one more time. Let's see if we can get another triple rare pack. Let's go all mythics. All right, we got Rapier Wit, Strife Scholar with a prepare spell, Awaken the Ages, Efflorescence, Melancholic Poet, Stone Docent, Render Speechless, Scolding Administrator, Muse Seeker, Thunder Drum Soloist, got Daydream, and then our first rare is Pensive Professor. Wait, we got this just earlier. Ooh, that one looks cool. Our mystical archive is a braid. And then we got Expressive Fire Dancer, foil. Ooh, there we go. We got a full art forest this time. And then a fractal pest. I really like the I know it's not super exciting, but I really like the full art lands that come in these sets. They just look so cool. All right, we got Noxious Newt, Masterful Flourish, Ascendant Dust Speaker, Landscape Painter, Tackle Artist, Mage Tower Referee, Render Speechless. Ooh, we got Curl History Buff, Legendary Creature, Vampire Cleric, and he has a Prepare spell. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, Curl becomes prepared. He has Pack-a-Punch. Mill a card, put 2/1/1 counters on target creature. It gains trample until end of turn. And we got Protector's Gaze, Potioner's Apprentice. And our first rare is Vicious Rivalry. As an additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. Destroy all artifacts and creatures with mana value X or less. What? So I guess you get to choose dependent on how much life. Okay, okay. And then we got Requisition Raid as our mystical archive. And then we got Fractal Tender as our foil. Ooh! A shiny Plains full art. See, this just looks so cool. Like, why wouldn't you get excited when you get stuff like that? We got Sneering Shade Rider, Eager Glyph Mage, Run Behind, Tome Blast, Mindful Biomancer, Terrafractal. I like that. Then we got Lorehold Charm, a Leech Collector. Ooh, Samar Unfinished Genius. Wait, this is the guy that's on the packs. Oh my gosh. He enters prepared, and then you can tap him to create a treasure token. Activate only if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. He has a prepare, which is wild idea. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Oh my god, I could not talk. We got Chelonian Tackle. Ooh, whoa, this looks cool. Okay. I think this is what we got earlier, but this is just a cooler version of it. Yeah, because it enters with +1/+1 counter for each mana spent to cast it. Okay, that looks cool. And then we got Knockout Maneuver as our mystical archive. And then we got Embrace the Paradox as our foil. And then we got Paradox Gardens, fit in the theme there. All right. We got Efflorescence, Wander Off, Honor-Bound Page, which comes with a sorcery spell, Forum's Favor, Hydro Channeler, Rearing Embermare, Biblioplex, Wilt in the Heat, Group Project, Spectacular Skywhale. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Diary of Dreams. And our first rare, it's a mythic. Oh, we got Mathemagics! Oh my god! We got the Mathemagics card. Oh my gosh. This is actually one of the ones that I was kind of excited to get if I ever got it, you know? Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Alright, we got Duty Beyond Death. Oh! Oh, we got a foil mystical archive. We have not gotten one of these before. Royal Treatment. Target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn. Create a royal roll token attached to that creature. Wait, didn't we get Royal Treatment earlier? Yeah, we got Royal Treatment, but yeah. Okay. Oh, and then we got a foil island. I can't believe we've pulled the Mathemagics card. Oh my gosh. This is the card that I saw and I was like, I just want it just because it looks funny to play. We got Muse's Encouragement, Expressive Fire Dancer, Follow the Lumerates, Wander Off, Embrace the Paradox, Mage Tower Referee, Transcendent Archaic, Aberrant Mana Worm, Lecturing Scorn Mage, Abstract Paint Mage, and then our first rare is Arc of Hunger. It's an artifact. Mill a card, you may play that card this turn. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, this artifact deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Oh. And then we got Zombify as our mystical archive. We got the Pest Mascot as a foil. And then we got this land again. We got Studious First Year, Cost of Brilliance, Interjection, Deluge this guy, Tackle Artist, Inkling Mascot. Ooh, Graduation Day, it's an enchantment. Growth Curve, Foolish Fate, Low State. I think our rare is Maelstrom Artisan. It is a Minotaur sorcerer with haste. This creature enters prepared, and his prepare spell is destroy target non-land basic. It's called Rocket Valley. Rocket Volley, sorry. And we got Return the Favor as our Mystical Archive. I believe we've gotten this one before, but it does look really cool. And then we've got, oh, this guy again, but as a foil. And then we got Paradox Gardens again, and Token. Oh, I don't think we have this one yet. Tenured Concoder? Something like that. Cost of Brilliance. Owlin Historian. Procrastinate. Zealous Lorecaster. Elemental Mascot. Rancorous Archaic. Encouraging Aviator. Ennis Debate Moderator. Teacher's Pest. That's funny. First rare is Joined Researchers. First strike, at the beginning of each end step, if an opponent has more cards in hand than you, this creature becomes prepared. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards. Nice. And then we got Stock Up as our sorcery, or it's our Mystical Archive. Looking pretty cool. And then our foil is Inkling Mascot. Then we got a full art Plains. I feel like I'm missing one of them. We're just missing. So I got all of these, all of these full art lands. What we're missing is the island one. We need to get the island one. I know that's like the least important card I could ever pull out of these packs is the land card, but I don't care. I want a full art island card. We got Oracle's Restoration, Masterful Flourish, Owlin Historian, Banishing Betrayal, Fractal Mascot, Pursue the Past, Zimone's Experiment, Borrowed Knowledge, Micah Reader of Ruins. Oh, it's a legendary creature, huh? Scathing Shadelock with a prepare spell. At the beginning of your first main phase, this creature becomes prepared. Wow. Target creature you control gets +2 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. Oh, we got Dinah's Guidance. Search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand or graveyard, then shuffle. And then we got Pick Your Poison as our Mystical Archive. Tenured this guy again as our foil. Spectacle Summit, and a Fractal. Nothing too crazy out of that pack, unfortunately. We got Oracle's Restoration, Send in the Pest, Dig Site Inventory, Textbook Tabulator, Heated Argument, Embrace the Paradox, Spirit Mascot, Startled Relic Sloth, Topiary Lecturer, Snooping Page. First rare is Planner Engineering. Sorcery. Sacrifice 2 lands, search your library for 4 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. And then our Mystical Archive is Disdainful Stroke. Counter target spell with mana value 4 or greater. And then we got Elemental Mascot. Foil. Oh, it's trolling me. I've got an island. Burrug Barrage. Cheerful Osteomancer, Terramorphic Expanse, Shattered Acolyte, Essence Scatter, Potioner's Trove, Terrafractal, Old Growth Educator, Fractal Anomaly, Emil Vastlands Roamer. First rare is Tragedy Feaster. It's a creature demon with Ward, discard a card, and Infusion. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice a permanent unless you gained life this turn. And we got Spell Pierce as our... Did we have this one already? I don't remember. And we got Fractal Anomaly again, but foil. Oh, it is trolling us. Okay. The packs, they're trolling. So this next one's got to have the full art island. All right, we got Dig Site Inventory, Hydro Channeler, Rearing Embermare, Barrag Barrage, Cheerful Osteomancer, Bogwater Lumerate, Cuboid Colony, Forum Necroscribe. Colossal. Oh my god, Colossus of the Blood Age. First rare is Anita Forum Constellator. Whenever you... Oh, it's a misprint, I think. Oh. It didn't fully print out part of the word here. Anyways, whenever you cast a spell you don't own, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. You can sacrifice another creature, exile target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. You may cast it this turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast a spell. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Activate only as sorcery. Then we got Erode. Oh, another rare. Instant. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. We got Giant Growth again. And then we got Landscape Painter Foil. And then we got this freaking land again. Oh my gosh. Goblin Glasswright. Glorious Decay. Adventurous Eater. Eager Glyph Mage. Run Behind. Imperious Ink Mage. Killbraid, I don't know how to say this, but it... Oh, I think we already got this one. Additive Evolution. Dissection Practice. Tam Observant Sequencer. We do not have this one. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, Tam becomes prepared, and then you draw a card and gain life. Nice. And then our first rare is Together as One. It's a sorcery. Target player draws X cards. Together as One deals X damage to any target, and you gain X life, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast the spell. Nice. Oh, and we got a rare Mystical Archive. We got Prismatic Landing. Exile target non-land permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. Nice. And then we got a foil Tester of the Tangential. I think I said that right. And then we got a Swamp. I'm glad they didn't change up their ways. We got Ajani's Response, Essence Scatter, Unsubtle Mockery, Glorious Decay, Sneering Shade. Oh my gosh. I think I need to start a new stack. Let's start a new stack. Alright. Sneering Shade Rider, Spirit Mascot, Rancorous Archaic, Blazing Fire Singer with Seething Song, which just adds 5 red mana. We got Fractalize, Spirit Call Enthusiast. I don't know if we have this one yet, but it has Scroll Boost. 1 or 2 target creatures each get +2/+2 until end of turn. And then we got Aziza Mage Tower Captain as our rare. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may tap 3 untapped creatures you control. If you do, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. And then we got Bulk Up. I think we already got this. Yeah, I think we already got that. And we got Rehearsed Debater, Field of Strife, and then those things as our token. We got Heated Argument, tenured that one. Send in the Pest, Honor Bound Page, Textbook Tabulator, Grapple with Death, Vibrant Outburst, Thorn Fist Striker, Ink Shape Demonstrator, not Ink Shake. First rare is Choreographed Sparks. It's an instant. This spell can't be copied. Choose one or both. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy, or copy target creature spell you control. The copy gains haste, and at the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice that token. And then we got another rare. We got Consolator's Duelist. Whenever this creature enters, draw a card. Each player loses 1 life. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, exile up to 1 target creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. And then this thing is Monstrous Rage. And then we got Campus Composer. I don't think we've gotten this one yet, but it has a prepare spell. Create a 3/3 blue and red elemental creature token with flying. Then we got a shiny forest. A shiny normal forest. Couldn't be a shiny, full art island, Eager Glyph Mage, Run Behind, Tome Blast, Shopkeeper's Bane, Pull from the Grave, Render Speechless, Stadium Tidal Mage, Soaring Stone Glider, Social Snub, Quandrix Charm. Oh, I don't think I have this one yet. That's cool. Okay, first rare is Jadzi Steward of Fate. Enters prepared, and when Jazzy enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. And then her sorcery is create X/0/0 green and blue fractal creature tokens and put X +1/+1 counters on each fractal you control. Nice. And then we got Feed the Swarm, Biblioplex Tomekeeper, Titan's Grave again. We got Olna Alley Shopkeeper, Shattered Acolyte, Quick Study, Goblin Glasswright, Inkling Mascot, Visionary's Dance, Scathing Shadelock, Pestbrood Sloth, Practice Scrollsmith, Brush Off, and then our first rare is Applied Geometry. Create a token that's a copy of target non-aura permanent you control, except it's a 0/0 fractal creature in addition to its other type. Put 6 +1/+1 counters on it. Nice. Then we got Deduce as our Mystical Archive. Looking pretty cool. And then we got this card again, but as a foil. And then we got another forest. Ejani's Response. Gosh. Quick Study. Mindful Biomancer. Oh my god. Ooh. We got Unsubtle Mockery. Olna Alley Shopkeeper. Pest Mascot. Charging Strife Knight. I don't think I have that one yet. Silver Quill Charm. Matter Bending Mage. And then our first rare is Zephi and the Tempests. A legendary creature. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. Nice. Oh, we got another rare. We got a Slumbering Trudge. This creature enters with a number of stun counters on it equal to 3 - X. If it entered with a stun counter on it, tap it. Alright. Then we got Helping Hand. Turn target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. We got Shopkeeper's Bane. And a Full Art Mountain. Okay, it's just trolling now. We're down to our last 2 packs. Hopefully we can get something really good out of these. Alright, we got Shopkeeper's Bane. Pull from the Grave. Rehearsed Debater. Spellbook Seeker. With a prepared spell of Careful Study. Rebel Rouser. Loose Leaf. Dual Tactics. The Campus Composer. Stand Up for Yourself. Our first rare is Mind into Matter. We did get that one earlier. Oh, yes! We got one of the Planeswalkers, and at that we got the full art variant of it. I think. Unless all of them are full arts, but I don't think all of them are full arts. Anyways, that's awesome. +2, you gain 3 life. 0, you draw a card and lose 1 life. -3, destroy target creature. And -6, you get an emblem with whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Nice. And then we got Locust Spray as our that Mystical Archive, Cost of Brilliance foil, Field of Strife, and an Inkling. Okay, I can forgive them for not giving me a full art island because they just gave me a full art Planeswalker. So, I can't complain too much. I cannot complain too much. Unfortunately. Ooh. Oh wait, no, we do have this one. Rehearsed Debater, Spellbook Seeker, Seize the Spoils, A Hungry Graphalon, Wilton the Heat, Terrafractal, Witherbloom Charm. I don't have this one yet. Group Project. Spectacular Sky Whale. Diary of Dreams. First rare is Fix What's Broken. As an additional cost to cast this spell, pay X. X life. Return each artifact and creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then we got Burst Lightning as our Mystical Archive. Oh, and then we got a rare foil. It's a Road. We did get this one earlier. And then we got a Mountain. And an Elemental Treasure. If you made it to this point of the video, thank you for watching all the way through this. If you liked this, hit that like button. And if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.